Hey, what's up? This is Big Lee with Hustler Spirit. I got Mr. Smoking Joking, Fleece Johnson in the house. What's up, Fleece?
How you doing, my brother? I'm glad you said smoking choking because what I'm smoking here, I can't even give you the name right now. I'm working out a deal with somebody, but I'm telling you, yeah, it's just what's up.
I'm gonna have to get me one of those.
Most definitely, all successful means should have one of these somewhere. So I'm feeling pretty good though.
Good. Good. We're gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna ask you some questions today. We're gonna try to do an interview, but you gonna take over, which is fine. And because you the one got all the knowledge on this stuff anyway.
That depends on what you ask.
They,
I got a little knowledge.
okay. How hard is it to get out of prison once you go in?
Extremely hard. People don't realize that. It's prison, going to jail is easy. All you gotta do is commit a crime, get caught, you in jail. But when you get to prison, from jail you can make bond and all that, home incarceration, but prison, when you go to prison, no matter what you've seen, I've seen people take 2 years and turn it into a life sentence in prison. It is extremely hard to get out of prison. No matter how much time you can go down there and tell your family, hey, I ain't got nothing but 8 years and they gave me 3 years or 6 years. That don't mean that's all you gonna do. You might not even make it out, first of all. They got so many haters. All these haters you see out here in the street, they locked up. The haters, the troublemakers, the ones that want to hurt people, all of them, and y'all all locked up together, and y'all see each other together, and they in there on the same stuff, right? It is hard, extremely hard, and to get out because the parole board, most people that goes in with if you ain't got life without parole, then you're gonna have to see the parole board. And you can get out a little earlier based on your conduct, your good behavior, would determine a lot of issues. We got family support waiting on your job. And if you say the right thing, that you feel remorse for what got you in there in the first place. And as you doing your time, get closer to the parole board, now you got inmates that already know. They said when you go off on parole, don't tell them shit. Say, if you going this year, tell them I got 2 more years, bro. You never let them know because when they find out when you going up, now they put you in this situation. They can fight you. At one write-up would cause the parole board to tell you, I'll see you in 5 years. Everybody know it.
Even with them starting to fight.
They don't go by who started. If a fight appear on your record, the parole board is not going to really give you parole. I was an exception of cause, though. I got thrown out of prison. But 99% of the inmates in there, no, they get one write-up. If a guard walk up to you and you smote out to them, they tell you to do anything that get you a disciplinary report can shorten your chances getting out earlier. So it's hard getting out of prison, right? You gotta bite your tongue, which I didn't. That's why I did more time. Cause I started out with 10 years, don't forget that. I ended up doing 40. I mean, yeah, because it's hard to get out. I finally got out by God's grace. Not by nothing I did right. I did everything wrong. And so I'm telling everybody who think prison is easy, it's not. Can you picture this, growing old in prison?
All right. What about this? I was I was curious, not curious enough to go to prison to find out, but how long does it take you to actually get a good night's sleep if you ever actually get one in prison?
It's hard because first of all, you got people in they going nuts. Actually, young guys, they ain't never been to prison. This is their first time, and it's tripping them out. They want to holler for mama. Mama can't do nothing for you. Can't nobody help you now. You came to the very place everybody told you to stay out of trouble out you end up in, and you there. And it's hard, man, when you first come in to get a good night's sleep because you paranoid, first of all. Everybody's hollering, beating on tables, cussing. You hear death threats going from one inmate to another. I tell you what, I'll see you tomorrow, motherfucker. I'll cut your goddamn head. You know, you hearing all this shit. Now you wondering, man, I'm going to see some bloodshed. And if you're in a double cell, you don't know the person you're in there with. Whether he gonna tie you to the bed when you go to sleep and you wake up and then take a razor blade, cut your underwear down, and rape you in your sleep, right? See, you got to you gonna be paranoid the whole time you're in prison. It's just that simple. Prison is a place you really need to think a whole lot before getting in trouble and taking that chance, right, of getting caught. Yeah, it is.
What about education? How do y'all how does a person receive a college education in there? Do they come there? Do they send a representative from the college?
Yeah. See, Nanda, I don't know about in other states, but here in Kentucky, the bluegrass state, the Commonwealth of Kentucky, they got a pretty good system set up where you can go to prison and they encourage you from the first day to get in school. They beg you. They'll beg all the young people, why don't you get a job? And they'll pay you for being in school. You get paid. You know, you'll get a paycheck for being in school. You know, but they come down there and a lot of them don't want to do it. And then if you do go to school, they'll let you know you can get a college degree. I think that the highest you can get up to is a bachelor. They don't do masters, but you can get a bachelor. You can get up to a bachelor.
In Kentucky?
Yeah, in Kentucky, and the professors and teachers will come out and teach you like they teach classes at the college. And you will have all the books and everything. All that's furnished to you free. Out here, they got paid for it. And so prison can turn out to be a very rewarding place to go to if you can complete all of this, but it's the inmates. You know, because if a person fights you,
You said rewarding place to go. You talking about if you happen to go there, it's best to take advantage of those programs.
Yeah, programs, that's your reward. And but check this out though. Here's the only thing. You get in a fight, they gonna throw you out of class. You can't come back. And inmates know that when they find out that, hey, you going to college? I say, yeah. Punk ass son of a bitch. And you like, where it come from? Oh, they get ready to try you. Cause they know you ain't gonna give up your education. So I say, hey man, what's up? Motherfucker, I asked you to buy me something out of the store. Yeah, like you don't want to talk to them all. I said, man, what do you want? You know, that's what they want to hear. But me, I don't do it like that. Motherfucker called me, said, you want to fight, we'll fight, and I will hurt you. If you take away my programs and shit, so you can get an education, you can get a masonry, auto mechanics, engine teardown, small engine. You can do welding, You can get a degree in welding, carpentry, masonry. You can get. They got a recycling plant. They make license plates. You know, it's a lot of opportunities in there. But the problem is, it sounds good, but when you come from work, now here's all these inmates that ain't got no job like they ain't got out here now. Everybody won't fuck with somebody. And then you can't just get away from them in there like you can out here. So it's a prison is hard, man. It is.
Okay. Some I noticed on TV. It seemed like all the prison fights are broken up by the guards, or the correction officers. So does the inmates ever break up fights?
Man, inmates will let you kill each other. They want to see murder. And just like if somebody fight you and you get him on the ground and you grab a brick, pull something out and start sticking him, ain't nobody gonna jump in and say, that's enough, man, don't kill him. They gonna be like, kill that son of a bitch, man. Kill him. They gonna be waiting on it. They gonna wanna see the last breath come out of his mouth. But the guards is there trained to stop it. And, you know, in every bunch there's some bad apples. And the same guards that has, the same system that has guards that took lives, also have a lot of guards that done saved a lot of lives too. They done saved a lot of people too. Not the ones that is racist. You know, guards are different. Some is good, some ain't. The good ones will help you, man. They will help you for real. And so I'm telling you, don't do it. Do not think prison is easy. Mm-mm.
We got some comments about diseases in the comments. Let me ask you this: how fast do they spread, and what does an inmate? How does an inmate defend herself from diseases?
Well, I know how everybody else do it, but me, I learned because I did a lot of reading when I was in the hole. And I read about our house in a community where the whole community caught the flu. And one house didn't. So people want to know why. They sent investigators in out. Here's what they found out. They had onions sitting all in the windowsills. Onions. Onions absorbs whatever's in the earth. Onion, it absorbs it. So it really purified that little house, right? Having onions all around in there, the airborne disease was absorbed through the onion. So I did that in prison. But here's what used to happen. Every flu season, it was always the guards. The inmates are straight. Everybody in there is straight. Ain't nobody caught nothing. Ain't nobody got nothing. It would be the guards that come in them country guards that work on them farms and they come in with the shit. We sat there and see them come through, blowing their nose, coughing. I said, oh shit, y'all. Mother, he's out there coughing.
They don't tell them to stay home when they sick.
They let him work there, bro.
They let them come to work sick.
They let that be their choice, right? But me, when I start catching on, I say, hey, you need to go home, and I'm telling you, don't come back, because you do, I'm going to make you worse. I'm going to throw some shit on you. So you tell these motherfuckers, you go home, take care of yourself. Had I not did that, but when they bring that shit in, man, it spreads so rapid. You'll see one cell house come out, everybody got it. Then you'll see another cell house the next day, then the whole prison. It's
Kind of like schools.
yeah, but me, I was the only one. I go like 25, 26 years without a cold. Never caught one, no flu or nothing. And one day I was sitting there bragging about it. I said, I don't catch it. That's when the bird flu came out. I said, I don't know why I'm different, but I'm immune and I caught it. That bird flu, oh my God. And I had to call my mama to tell me what to do about it because it liquefies your bowel movement. You know, it'll come out in like liquid form.
What did you do?
My mama told me to eat something with starch in it and it'll compact my bowels, you know, turn it back into a turd. And I told her about some noodles and she said, that's perfect. And then everybody else started eating noodles. I ain't never in my life was so glad to see a turd in my life. Oh God, I actually produced one. But the bird flu was bad. So diseases in prison, you never want to catch it in there because stuff spreads, especially if it's airborne. If it's airborne, man, it's gonna spread rapidly. But the only safe thing about it is we don't have to get in a car, drive to the hospital. The hospital is there. Everything you want as a prisoner is right at your doorstep. It'll come to you. The nurses, the doctors, anything you need, right? So prison survived it, right? Since COVID, I haven't heard of no bad numbers of deaths from COVID in the Kentucky prison system. I don't know about nowhere else, but I haven't. So they kind of quick. They upgraded thanks to the lawsuit I won to make them do that. Yeah.
I'm glad you said about the
Yeah.
nurses in the hospital. How long does it take somebody gets stabbed? How long does it take the nurse to get there and help them out?
It's supposed to be in a matter of minutes, right?
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie on them. In most cases, you can blink your eyes 3 times and the fourth time as a nurse at the scene, right? And then she be followed by other officers, and if it's a real bad stabbing, all the inmates gonna get put in their cell. Then they're gonna bring in the state troopers, and you know they gonna yellow tape the area and investigate. And then in a couple of hours, take the tape down, let everybody back out.
Like nothing happened.
Yeah, like you know. But if they think it's gonna be repercussion or something, they'll keep the yard locked down 2, 3 days. You know, feed you in your cell until they get to the bottom of it. They thorough in on that now. But when I first came to prison, they didn't give a fuck. They'll let you lay there and rot to death. All that fighting I did in taking them to court, exposing them, they was forced now to do their job. Don't turn a blind eye, because them girls used to let people get stabbed and killed all the time. Well, I'm gonna tell you this though, that was just Eddyville, but in these other prisons here in Kentucky, like Easton, North Point, they bad. Them guards will make one round and go. He'll let the inmates do whatever the hell they want. See, the only thing now that is stopping a lot of stuff is they got cameras everywhere now. They start putting them up. They found, cause when I first came in, they didn't have no cameras. Every place was like a blind spot. They got a camera set up where there is no blind spots. No, every inch of the prison is on camera. And all the inmates know it, right? So if you really gonna stab somebody, you know, ain't no need of you putting a mask on or nothing like you. Just do it. Just walk up to them and stab them in front of everybody.
And
Because
they do that.
Yeah, because you on camera anyway. You on camera anyway. And then they sneak in each other's cells and stuff, and that's why them guards they look the other way when they get raped and stuff. You know, they let them guards will open your door and let people go in and steal your stuff out of your cell, your property. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Who wants to be in prison? That's what I want to know. Everybody listen to this interview. Would you like to see what prison's like? Do you think, how long do you think you'll last? I mean, what would you do if somebody threw a cup of piss in your face? And they do it. They do newcomers like that all the time. Test them out, see what they made of. Like, if I'm the one that is after you, I want to see where your heart's at. I would take somebody, Pam. I say, look, throw a couple piss in that motherfucker's face. I just want to see his reaction, right? They do shit like that. And the dude will walk up to you, you ain't did nothing to nobody, and he'll say, hey, and throw a cup of piss, a cup of shit in your face. And the guard's gonna be right there. I see the guard was already be alerted, and when you standing there covered in shit, man, and somebody done threw a cup of piss and shit in your face, and you like, and then the inmate they separate. You'll never see him again. See, that's another thing. You'll never see him again. They'll take him and put him in another section. Now you standing there now, everybody looking at you now, trying to see what your reaction is, how you gonna respond to this, right?
I hope they'll be in the same prison and you'll never see them again.
You'll never see him again. You'll never be able to touch him. They do it, man, it's evil in there. So I'm asking anybody listen to this interview, what would you do? No, you go out there, steal, or rob, or kill, you get caught, you go to prison. Somebody that don't like you, I would tell somebody that is afraid of them. Now, they the one that got an issue with you. But they ain't gonna bring it to you like that. They gonna hire one of these flunkies. Look, man, you know you owe me $300 anyway. And I want you to just, here's what I want you to do. I'm gonna let you keep the $300. But before you leave his yard for good, I want you to take 2 cups of shit and throw it in dude's face. Now, don't worry about him hurting you because the guard gonna be alerted and the guard gonna be there to break it up. He ain't gonna be able to get a punch in and you'll never see dude again. But do this for me. Throw 2 cups of shit in his face. What will you do? You don't even know what happened. You standing there covered in shit. What's your man frame, bro? And the person that did it, you'll never see him again. But you don't even know that somebody had it done. But now that everybody's watching you, man, they get ready to punk you out in here. So, you know, you're going to get punked out. So what do?
You spoke about racist guards, and let me ask you this. How is the racial profiling in prison when it comes to jobs and housing?
I'm glad you say that because prison is like a society set up almost like the society out here in certain ways, right? Like,
You mean y'all still deal with the same problems?
yeah, you know, like you got the people, like you got certain people that don't have an education can only get a certain job. Then you got some with the college degrees and the good points, they can get better jobs. It's like that in prison. You know, so here's what the guards do. They got a system design in there where they give all the good jobs to white people. And with taking the bad jobs, the job paying $16 a month, getting into the black people. And then they start changing, they start profiling them. Well, we're gonna give this black person now, we're gonna give him a job because, you know, some racial profiling stuff, man. Are we gonna take the job from them because of the same thing, issue? And what they used to, cause you go to the kitchen, you'll see good paying jobs, all the cooks and stuff, white, and a whole bunch of stuff. The blacks might be told to be a janitor, clean up the sweep and mop, you know. And then they raise the profile, like you be sitting there playing dominoes, ain't bothering nobody. Here come a bunch of girls up at your table. They raise the profile, they feel like because y'all all black sitting together, then y'all up to no good. We up here having a good time, man. And they come up and say, everybody's empty your pockets on the table, back up, and take you from your domino games and shit like that. You know, just it turns into harassment. That's what racism. And you know, you can just be sitting there, man, your business. In your cell. You didn't want to come out today. You stayed in. You to think. Here they come. Shake down. Because you quiet, because you were wearing your shirt a certain way, they got you as a gang member. They got you as a hood cat. You know, you wear your shirt out instead of tucking your pants. They profile it as a motherfucker that don't give a shit, a hood guy, a street dude. And you tuck your shirt in your pants, then he's respectful. And all this stuff, you know, it's profiling people, man. They get it all backwards, though. They don't even know how to do it.
I know you lost your mother and father when you was in prison. How does bad news from home, affect the inmate while he's serving time?
It really affects them. I done seen people that was just had good behavior. A black guy. He had a lot of white friends, everything. He got news in the mail that a white man killed his daughter and just shredded her. Well, he came out of his cell the next day and just stabbed up everybody that was white. Even his best friend. And you got people in there can be calm, get ready to go home, got parole, and get a bad news. And like one guy, silly bad news. I said, man, when you gonna go home? He said, man, they said it'd take 2 weeks, police. I said, bro, stay out of trouble. He said, I got you. And this girl wrote him at night, told him she's done with it. That she found another man. You know what he did? He gave his parole up. He went nuts. I said, bro, go home, bro. Forget her. She did everything, man. I can't live without her, man. I can't do that with her. All that stuff. And so you got a lot of families. They don't like telling their loved one in prison what's happening on the streets, especially bad news, because they fear it will send him down the wrong road. And in most cases, that's what it does. So bad news does affect people that can't deal with bad news. It does.
How did it affect you when you got it?
It didn't. Because when I heart in my heart, man, only one bad news affected me, right? But when I heart in my heart, man, see, I had family members tell me shit like, I'm 300 miles away. Lord was 300 miles from the prison I was in, Eddyville prison. 300 miles. It's like 3 hours to get there. 3.5 hours or so, depending on your speed. So they'll tell me, we coming to see you this weekend. And I say, please, you gonna get a visit? I said, yeah, man, my people's coming, man. And I get prepared for it. Take my shower, iron my clothes, make sure I got creases in my shirts and pants, get my little shape up and all this shit, man. Smell good on. I'm just waiting. And they don't come. So that's bad news to me. And what I do, I got about 3 fights that day. You know, I'm hot. You know,
Probably lost 2-1-1, something like
nah,
that.
I don't lose shit. I'm not gonna lose it. I'm not gonna lose a fight. That's the worst thing I think you can do in prison is lose, bro. A fight. I don't give a fuck how good you are. Nothing. You lose a fight and other people will be checking you out for real. That'll determine how much respect you gonna get and how much respect you'll be allowed to keep, right? So it's very important you fight in prison that you put your mark, you put a mark in real good one.